she's just right there in your ear. She'll tell you to do this, and you're trying to do this. She's trying to tell you how to do it. It's just she's not doing anything. She's just there sitting. You're not. I don't think you will come up with any solid idea. You just want people to work. For me, I believe a leader should lead. She starts first.
You guys, today has had a lot. First of all, please help me confirm if the audio is okay because I couldn't really hear that first clip. I hope you guys were able to hear that. But like today has had a lot. A lot has happened today in the house. And I initially did not think that they were going to have like their diary sessions today because I thought it was like just Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But apparently they had it today. I thought that today's diary room sessions always had to do with their wager presentation, their staking for the wager, but today apparently it was about both the wager and the leadership for the week. So welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, please do subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that I can get notified each time I post a brand new video, and do not forget to give the video a thumbs up. Okay, the audio is okay, thank God. That's nice, that's okay, that's nice, that's good. Yeah, so let's first of all start with what happened in the morning, because a lot of the conversations that happened in the diary session had to do with the fights in the morning. So that's where we're going to start. So for that fight in the morning, it had to just do with them coming out to try and put their wager, build their construction, what they've been constructing. I say construction, what they've been constructing for the wager together. And then some conversations we had between ILEBAYE, SOMA, Messi. So I'm just going to play from the beginning. This is the earliest clip I saw from the morning fight. Other clips I saw, um, hold on. Other clips I saw did not start from this point. So this is the earliest clip I saw where Levi was saying, Sissy, I'm doing your work. And then Sissy said, you've not done anything since that. She has only seen her painting and all of that. This is the earliest clip I saw from the morning fight.
Since I'm doing your work, oh. Yes, it's you. Jesus. You can just say, Messi, you're not even talking. Say that accuse me falsely. This, all of you, I'll never say anything. I mean, you're the one that have not done anything apart from painting.
So this was the beginning that I saw. I actually did not experience the fight firsthand, but I said, let me just try and see how I can get the earliest part to really understand it, because most times you just see clips from the middle and it's hard to really like gauge what happened at the beginning, how they got to that point. So I guess they were just bickering back and forth about this is what I'm doing, what we are doing for the, what they call it, the wager presentation, the practice, the building, the construction that they've been doing, right? And then I figured from other clips that I saw that it just had to do with her calling them out from the room to come and join in the wager presentation. And some of them were not really in the best of moods because this was just immediately after they were done with their exercise. So she told them that after the exercise, we're going to practice. So after the exercise, some people were just grumpy, and then she now felt like they were making her feel somehow for calling them out to join in this practice for the wager. So that's what now started the conversation between them, right? And then this was her now saying that she was now telling Messi, or she was just saying that they like to make her feel bad. Like I said, just make her feel bad that she's calling them to come and do something. And then Messi now said that she's the one that's making them feel bad about not participating. She's making them feel like they're not doing enough for the wager. And that's when the whole bickering now started proper.
People just try to make me look bad.
No, you're trying to make us look bad after the whole work.
Which work? You see, people expect to go and lie down when we have tax.
We don't want to lie down, but we want time.
And you can have the time after the tax now. She will probably saying I'm actually
you see how when other head of us used to call you.
So we just had this whole conversation, and then Messi was now saying that you see how it feels like when other head of house will be calling you out, and then you hold on, let me raise this up. I think this is better. Other head of house regime, they'll call you out, and then maybe you're acting some type of way. You've now seen how it feels. More like now you're in their shoes and you understand how it feels. And then Soma now entered the conversation and he was also in the background talking about the whole thing of like other times when it was other people's tenure. You used to take some rest. You don't used to like participate as much. And then ILEBAYE now turned to him. I was saying, I was not talking to you. I was talking to Mercy. And then that's when the conversation between herself and Soma now started. That's how the thing now became like a three-way conversation between between all three of them, amongst them. So she was just saying that she used to respond, she used to participate when other house head of house, I say head of house, other head of house used to call them out. She used to participate.
You guys should not see the other head of us used to come in. I used to go. No, Sama, it's okay. I'm not talking to you. Please, let's not talk.
But don't shut
I'm
him
not
up.
talking
Let
to
him
you
talk.
now. I am talking. I'm not.
Let him talk.
So the thing now turned to an ILEBAYE SOMA situation, right? So this was the point where they now went at it. That's Soma and ILEBAYE. It wasn't really that serious at this point. It was just like, okay, you and I are now talking. Like I wasn't talking to you. You guys like attacking me, and then Messi now faced her like, who is attacking you? Nobody's attacking you. And then it was now a Messi and Soma thing telling her that nobody's attacking you. Why you now making it sound like that kind of thing? So this was now when the conversation now went deeper between Soma and ILEBAYE. Let me make this wider so that you guys can see.
It's not like there's any. No, but we're not doing it. But I'm talking to Messi. Messi was telling me something, and I'm talking to Messi. I wasn't even talking to you. I don't understand. I'm not begging you to come. It's not like I was even being rude. So why are you not coming to attack me?
Nobody's attacking you.
Messi, I'm
Nobody's
not
attacking
talking
you.
to you.
So the funny part here. This funny part was when she was telling Soma, I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to you. And then she now mentioned you guys, I don't know why you guys are just I don't know why you're just attacking me. And then Messi now said nobody's attacking you. And then she now turned to Messi and said, Messi, I'm not talking to you. So it's like from Soma, I'm not talking to you. Messi, I'm not talking to you. So I think that's what now triggered Messi. And then Messi now went from, let me not say from zero, from like 20 to like 0.1000. The whole thing switched in such a way that I did not even understand. Someone simply like the live stream. Yes, please do like the live stream. Hi. Let me just acknowledge a few comments that have come in before we continue. Made this a live. Yes, you did. Like how she okay. Okay, so sound is okay. Okay, let's go. So this is when Messi now switched up because I think it's that comment of I'm not talking to you, Messi, I'm not talking to you. She now felt like, oh, Levi was trying to shut her up or something. But then she now went off. Next thing she's like, shut your trap, don't say anything. I say, how did we get to this point? How did we get to 1000 so fast? Like
You need to chill.
the switch was very like this. That's literally what happened at that point.
Nobody's attacking you. Stop trying to play.
I'm not
Like, bro,
talking
you need
to
to chill,
I'm
man.
not
Don't even do that
I'm
shit,
not doing
bro.
anything now.
Shut your trash. Stop talking.
Nobody's attacking you.
Look your left and right. We are working. Stop acting like
But
we're
did I
not
say
working.
anything? Did I
Stop
say
saying I'm not talking
anything?
to you. I'm not talking to you. Are you trying to shut me up? Shut your trap.
This house, it's like they're all sitting on some kind of like I don't know what to call it, but like sometimes when the trigger happens, you'll be like because I feel like they're all sitting on something, and it's like anything can just make them explode. Sorry, guys. This time around is not like Nepal. It was my internet that had there was a break in transmission. So like I was saying, I think there's a trigger. There's like they're sitting on something whereby like any small thing could just trigger them and they just go off. So this time around the trigger just went from like 0 to 100 real quick, right? So but it didn't last, right? They just had that, and after some time the mood was, pretty okay. They went back to working like nothing happened before then, and that's how they've been working, to be honest. They just work like um hold on. They just usually work like, they do not just have an issue right now. So for their diary room sessions, like I said, it had to do with the leadership in the house, and also what do they call it, and also their wager, how they are preparing for their wager. And the reason I said I was going to I'm going to like capture everybody's diary room session. That's why this video is even coming out a bit late, because this fight happened earlier on. I said I was going to capture everybody's diary session, because the way the diary sessions happen is such that this person will go in, say their view of the situation and on how they think the head of house is performing and how they feel like they are treating the head of house. For Angel, she went in and said that she feels like, they are not really paying attention to her. They're not really respecting her decisions, right? So that was Angel's own point of view, and um they're not really respecting her decisions, basically.
I'll say not really, but not because she doesn't want to be, but maybe she's just avoiding conflict. And like I said, I think it's more so the housemates are not really respecting her decisions. And she needs a little direction as well. I think Soma helped her out a lot with that.
So I think my network is really dealing with me today, you guys. I don't know if please let me confirm if everything is fine, because I think my network is just really, really trying to make this difficult today. I want another person to win apart from Messi, Bayo, or Venita. Okay. Guys, please like the live stream. Okay, my network is back and it's fine. Everything is fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. So Angel just gave her own opinions on what she feels like the situation is. Like, she feels like she's doing her best and all of that, and they're just maybe not respecting her decisions as much because, um because of her, maybe her age or something. And then she went on to say that she's young, and when she said she's young, I'm like, Angel, you're equally young. But she also acknowledged that she's young. So people that were just asking them how, whether she has been a good leader, that's ILEBAYE, whether she has been a good leader. And that's when Angel now gave her view. Like, she feels she has tried her best, but then she also needs some kind of directions or something.
I think she has tried her best. She's young, and I mean, we both are, but I feel like if I was head of house, people would respect my decisions. Maybe because I can be very mean.
So Angel also mentioned that she has not been participating as much.
Yeah, she'll tell you.
Hold on, you guys. So Angel also mentioned that she has not been participating as much because she has not been feeling herself this week. So her mood has been down. She said it's because of the head of house thing, that, and then she said maybe by the end of the week she's going to, or by the time she leaves the house, or she's trying to feel herself again, right? So she has not really been participating as much in the wager. So she has not really been present according to her, but she tries to help when she can. She comes there, she does what she can, and then she probably leaves. And but in her own capacity, she said she has been trying to do what she can to help with the wager situation,
I mean,
right?
I did some painting here, tried again today. I don't feel like myself, but I'm giving myself time to recharge until I feel like me again, or until I go.
People that even had to ask her that if this is her last week in the house, is this how she would like the week to be? And she didn't really have a lot to say. She said she has tried for the first 8 weeks. The way this nomination thing is like taking a toll on her is actually really crazy, because like, this is Friday already and then we're still dealing with that. But that's okay. Let's head over to what Sissy said,
Yeah, she'll tell
right?
you.
So for Sissy, she had a different opinion. She said that ILEBAYE has not been a good leader, that she's always like in your ears. Like, even when she tells you what to do, she'll still be in your ears, still trying to say how you should do it, that she has just been like all up in people's ears and saying things to them concerning the wager. So to her, she has not really been a good leader. She has not handled the leadership position well.
She's just right there in your ear. She'll tell you to do this, and you're trying to do this. She's trying to tell you how to do it. She's just she's not doing anything. She's just there sitting. You're not. I don't think you came up with any solid idea. You just want people to work. For me, I believe a leader should lead. Should start first.
So that was Sis's own view. Let me tell you guys the way like Twitter, like why I said I was going to cover everybody's diary room session is because like when one person goes in, there's like it sets the timeline on fire. That's Twitter. So one person will go in and say the leadership is okay, I like it. People are undermining her, and then everybody will on the tail will be like, okay, you see what I'm saying? This is what people are saying, and then the next person will go in and say the exact opposite and say, okay, the leadership is not good. The TL will now change. Their views will change. So it just made it very funny to see like how the diary sessions were affecting the timeline, Twitter or X, whatever they call it. So I said I was going to cover everybody's view. So this is what Sissy's view is. And then she now went on to talk about Messi's reign. She said that during Messi's reign, they did a good job at delegating matters, like they knew people's strengths and weaknesses, so they delegated it properly, right? And that it didn't have to be them, they did not have to gather for no reason. Like she said with Baye, that they've had to gather together even when there's nothing really for them to do. They will just gather together, and she just wants to see you on the table. That's Baye, that she just wants to see you on the table even if there's really nothing for you to do there, and she doesn't feel like that makes sense. So that's when she now spoke about Messi's regime and how they handle things with the wager. So hold on, let me expand this for you guys to see.
We worked hard. However, there was some sort of direction. They also understood that we are human beings. We need to rest, we need to eat, we need to take a shower. Because obviously they already knew people's strength and weakness, and I think that they worked based on that. They were not bringing everybody out to sit down and looking at each other.
So that's what she said. And she also spoke about Omashola and ILEBAYE. She was trying to compare the both of them, right? Saying that with Omashola, he was more active. Like he wasn't just saying things, he was more active. He participated well. That with ILEBAYE, she has not really seen her doing anything. That is just calling people out. But her herself, she has not really like done so much. She has not really brought ideas. She has not really that she has only seen her painting. So there's a difference between their regimes, basically. So she was just talking about Omashola and the way ILEBAYE has handled her own with regards to being active with what is going on. Hold on, let me expand this for you guys to see. Somebody says come on to see from my screen.
Omashola was more like a go-getter, but he was also a little bit noisy. But the difference between Omashola and Baye is that Omashola was also doing the work. The only thing I saw Baye doing was painting something black and using tape to tape something together. That's all.
So I think some other people also talked about them gathering and not really having anything on ground. And from the way I understand it, it's almost like this particular wager, right? Let me just say concerning the way I feel like ILEBAYE has handled it so far. This wager is kind of similar to what Omashola had. It had to do with creating something, building things, and for the most part, I don't think they really need to gather in one space all the time. I feel like it's something that if this is what you're working on, you deliberate this, you tell this person what they should do, they go to decide. They don't even need to all be at the dining table, all working together, or gathering and having to sit down together, right? I think that's what she's trying to say. But with this, it has been like that. On Marshall's tenure, it was like, okay, you're working on this, you're working on this. Some people were in the garden working, some people were here, and then he applied himself fully. So I guess that's what she was trying to say. And then for the next person, we had Adekunle. Adekunle said that she hasn't been leading by example. That's his own view of the leadership so far, that she's doing her best with the leadership, but she hasn't been leading by example. Basically, that was his own view.
So she's trying her best. I think leadership is something people have to keep on doing, and they eventually get better at it. For her, it might be a bit difficult, being that she's the youngest in the house. I don't know if she'll be feeling pressured. I know that she has not led by example.
So, which is kind of like similar to what she said with regards to the Omashola thing. That Omashola was like coming out more than she is, like participating more and not, just not being at the front line, just like gathering people and all of that. That's what Adekunle was saying. And then the Big Brother also spoke about the outfits they would like to wear for the finale, right? From this conversation about the outfits they want for the finale, I kind of had an idea of who I think will be getting to the finals, because the way he acts on people is different from how he acts on people, right? So I think that it's kind of like certain from the way Big Brother spoke to them that Venita and Soma are not making it to the finals. There's something about it. But then Sissy said she wants her dress to be short and studded and just like very bold. Adekunle said he would like a suit or a traditional, or just something different. That's what he said he would like to wear. So I guess Big Brother is going to provide outfits for them to wear during the finale.
Just something short but studied.
The suits would do just fine, but maybe not the everyday regular suit outfit. Just something pizzazz.
Okay, now all of them are ready for the finale and the outfits that they want to wear for the finale. So the next diary room session we had was after Adekunle went in, we had Pere. So Pere had an opposing view from Adekunle and Sisi. For Pere, he was saying that they've not been, like, some people have been acting like they've not been cooperative, right? He said there are some people that they want to feel like their ideas must be taken, and he made reference to Venita, that Venita feels like once she brings an idea, they must take it, and not no other person's idea matters. And when that happens, she just tends to want to scatter everywhere and scatter everything. And that there's something she did herself and Adekunle did earlier on, that Ilebaye told them that after the um after they change their bed sheets, because people that told them to change their sheets, everybody said that they should go and change their sheets and come back, and they said they will not come back. So to him, it just feels like that's not how you're supposed to operate when there's somebody that's supposed to be leading. That was Pere's own conversation about that in the diary room session. He was just talking about Venita, himself and Venita. So I think they have a personal issue.
Venita, every wager we've had, when other people bring ideas, she feels that her idea is the supreme. I wouldn't say the house constantly relies on her input. Certain people probably do rely on her input, not me.
So this was just Big Brother telling Pere that, don't you think it's because people rely on her inputs, that's why she's always at the forefront making sure her ideas are taken. And then Pere now said he doesn't think certain people rely certain people rely on her inputs, but for him that is not the case, right? So he now also spoke about, that's when he now spoke about the situation that happened earlier on, from what he observed or what he saw, what the situation. Big Brother told him to be specific, and that's why he mentioned Venita and what she did earlier on.
People like Venita, so getting upset. There was a comment that was made earlier on. The head of house came and said everyone should go change their sheets and come back to work. Venita and Adekunle had the balls to tell the head of house that if they go change their sheets, they're not coming back to work.
So Big Brother now said, does this mean that, are you saying that the housemates are not respecting the head of house? And he said 100%. So apart from the issue with ILEBAYE, right, I think that Pere and Venita, they have like they've this week they've had like this clash of egos kind of thing, because Venita also spoke about Pere in a diary session, saying that she believes that Pere has been acting up because his idea did not make it past the first stage. So I think they also have their own issues, right? And then that's why he now spoke about this. So now we also had what's his name, Cross. So it was Cross that now scattered everywhere. So if we started off by talking about how ILEBAYE has been with other head of house, like other people that have been leaders, especially him. ILEBAYE dealt with him, so he's like, you don't know that you'll be head of house one day. Now that you're head of house, you're now seeing it.
And I can tell you for a fact, she didn't make my reign easy. She was very sluggish, dragged her legs. She'll be very nonchalant. She'll not even answer you. She just does what I think she wants to do at every given time.
So I agree with this one that Cross said. Like when we had other people's reign, she wasn't as cooperative. Like she didn't put her, she was just like sluggish, especially Cross, because she also admitted that she actually dealt with Cross and that she even apologized to Cross. So now that she has put herself in that position, she now understands what it means for the other head of house to come and call you. She said it was only Adekule's regime that she didn't do that, which is, I think that was when they acted also. But she said during Adekule's regime, she was always coming out, but with the others, she wasn't really like participating as much, and that she's going to apologize to them. So that's the part that I feel like, okay, because other people's time, you were not putting your foot forward, and then now you expect them to like be awake, up and doing all the time, that kind of thing. So that's where I feel like there's a disconnect somehow, because people are definitely going to give you that same attitude. So Cross was even saying that they're not even doing as bad as he thought they would be doing. That if they give the same energy that she gave during her own during like when other people were head of house, that she for don't craze by now, that they're even trying. That he feels like they're actually trying with her own regime.
And now you want everybody to, yes, ma'am. Okay, yes, let's do this. When others were the HOAs, you did not do, yes, ma'am. Yeah. If people wanted to really make her receive this of our medicine, she would have gone mad. But people are actually trying because I've seen how they respond.
So yeah, so that's Cross's own view. So let me just read a few comments. Where is the only one that's objective with the diary session? By nobody's not picking a beg. Girl with the girl with on the last shade facts as if okay, so let me just leave comments now, because this particular live stream is going to be pretty long, because I said I want to address everybody's diary session. So let's just forge ahead. We'll do with the comments at the end. So for me, what Cross said is true. Big Brother even addressed this particular thing. Like, so now that you're in that position, you understand how it feels. Big Brother said the same thing to her. So that part I believe is true. Right, I agree with him rather. So for Soma, he now spoke about um hold on. He said he was surprised that she became very active, because like normally she's usually the last to wake up, but now she wakes up early and she has been doing very well. So he feels like she's trying her best, and she's doing a pretty good job at handling that position, because now she's different, like with tasks and everything.
She's trying her best. I was actually quite surprised because normally she's the last to wake up, but since being head of house, she wakes up early, comes to try to wake us up. She's doing a good enough job.
So that's basically his own view of the situation. And then he also spoke about the fights that he had in the morning. He said he wanted to take a 15 minute nap, but Baye did not allow that, and she just still called them out. So he came out. I told you guys I did not watch everything, and they were the ones that knew the conversations that they were having that now triggered the whole thing, right? So he said that regardless of the fact that he came out, she was still making comments about it, and that's what made him to respond to her. So that was him now giving more insights into the story. People that also asked ILEBAYE, but she didn't really say much. But Soma was just saying things from his own angle and what made him to respond to her, and how she reacted to how she responded to him, right?
I actually was very tired and sleepy, so I was trying to just catch maybe like 15 minutes, but she didn't let me, so I just got up. And she mentioned it again, and then talked about it again. And we're like, yo, it shouldn't be you getting upset about people tired, you're always sleeping. And the fact was, people are already doing it, so why are you repeating the same thing?
So someone was just saying the same thing about like you shouldn't be the one like being upset that people are grumpy. You do this to people, so you're now like coming at these people for doing the same thing that you do. So that was his own anger. That was what made him respond, and then that's when Lebanon now told him, "I'm not talking to you," and then Messi responded, "She said, I'm not talking to you," and that's when the whole clash happened between the both of them. And then Messi's diary room session, she had to also speak about it. She said that, hold on, let me just bring her diary session up. So she said that during her own regime, her own reign, that they had to even assign that they had to assign special emphasis they had to assign roles, like they had to give her small things to do. That's Baye, because of how she had been acting before then. So it's like you just want to, you know, consider her, give her something little so that it doesn't stress her, that kind of thing. And that now she like she has tried to help, or she has tried to understand her point of view, but she doesn't make it easy, right? I guess it's based on their fight that they had in the morning that Levi doesn't make it easy for them. So, she just expressed how she feels about the whole thing from her own angle.
She's my girl, but she doesn't even make things easy for the house. I was once a HOH, and it got to a point that we don't delegate much to her because it's Baye. She's the youngest. Nobody wants to get into an argument. Nobody wants to be in that space that you feel like at term we hate her.
So this conversation, or this diary session, just made me like in fact, let me just tell you guys what I think about this whole thing that's happening in the house, right? So I think that both parties, or both angles, people are working on eggshells. So we have Baye that's working on eggshells because she's trying not to come across as playing the victim, being disrespectful, and all of that. And then we also have the other housemates also working on eggshells because they are trying not to come across as if they are maybe attacking her, or they don't like her, or they are, so everybody just working on eggshells. This one doesn't want to offend this person, that one doesn't want to offend this person, so everybody just being careful before you now make me feel like the bad person, or be careful before you now make me feel like I'm just doing it for pity, so I think that both parties are working on eggshells, so it's not a one-sided thing. Like, they are both trying to be careful, like from all angles. That's how I see it in the house, because they've spoken about how they feel and why they've been trying to avoid that conflict. And Ilebaye also has spoken about why she has been trying to avoid conflict. So it's a two-way street out here. So, Amo, the kind of comments that are people are literally going at it in the comments, but I said I was not going to attend to the comments now. So let's just leave that. This is going to be a pretty long video because I'm not done. So Messi also now talked about, hold on. Messi now talked about Lebaye sleeping of a thing, but that the good thing is that they usually like get over their fights pretty quick. That's what she said.
She even admitted that she was beaten by Sisafly. So that's how much we think she has slept. We never sleep. Thank God we don't let things linger for a long time. It happens and we just see where we have fought and we all squash it and we move on. So
yeah. So this thing that they do is actually commendable. Like the fact that they fight now and heated fight, and the next minute everybody's working together. And they try because it's a very difficult thing to do. Hey, Amo, see what's going on here. Sandra, I'm wondering what's going on in these comments because I can't even pay attention to the comments right now. Let me focus. I need to focus. Focus on the video that you are making. Focus. You're going to get to that later. So, Venita now entered into the diary room and said that, like I said, she kind of like had similar views. Venita had similar views with Sisi, saying that she will call you out, like Leba will call you out, like you guys together. But then it's not just calling out. It's like, okay, what are you doing as you call us out? What are you really doing, or how are you really handling the situation? She's not handling it well. So that was Venita's point of view, and she also spoke about Pere having an issue with them not taking his idea.
She does keep calling us to me. However, in terms of actually engaging or delegating, that's like on zero.
So that's her own view of the situation. So she's among those that feels like Lebaye has not been a good leader per se. She has not really been leading them well. I may say that, yeah, she has not really been leading them well, delegating matters correctly. That's her own view, right? And then this is when she spoke about Pere and some other things.
Everybody's not really been able to gel together based on ego, and I'm going to include myself in that. I think Pere feels some type of way about his ideas not making it past the initial stage.
So, this is now when we now entered the emotions. Like, we now got to the emotional part where when people asked her about her finale outfit, she now started tearing up based on, the whole topic made her overwhelmed about thinking about the finale, getting to this point of the game, and she said she's just been feeling overwhelmed, if I may say, like overwhelmed in general. So that's when emotions. I mean, emotions. Let me increase it for you guys to see.
No, I don't have a finale outfit. But I'm like this close to the finale, and I'm not sad about it. I'm just overwhelmed. It's ginormous. That's a huge deal.
And then that's when people are now called ILEBAYE. ILEBAYE was the last to go into the diary room. I believe I've talked about everybody's diary session, right? It's because this video cannot be long for nothing. I believe I've talked about everybody's diary session, nine of them. Yeah, I think I have mentioned what their views were. And like I said, people asked them the clothes that they would like to wear. So they all mentioned what they would like to wear. Perry said he wants a suit that is a nice suit. Cross said he has his outfit. Messi said she has her outfit and all of that. So that's when people are now called ILEBAYE into the diary room. Guys, if you're here, please give this video a thumbs up. I think we're over like almost 300 here. Please give this video a thumbs up. So ILEBAYE was not giving her own view, but she didn't really say much. She said she woke him up, he wasn't responding, and they were now saying she didn't like the fact that they were saying that she doesn't do anything, and how they were acting when they all came out. So that's basically what she was saying.
I woke Sama up and he had some duties to do last night. I don't know what I said. Okay, they said that when it's my own time, I don't do tax. I didn't like the fact that everybody was just, they can't work now. Oh, big brother, I really don't know.
So this was when people asked her how she feels about like why the house bickers a lot with regards to WAGER. Why is it that there's always that back and forth? That's when she was like, she doesn't know, that maybe it's just different personalities, that she was just saying she doesn't know. In fact, people that had to keep asking her questions to bring out something from, just to get something. People that say, say something. Because our diary session initially, I think our diary session would have been very brief, like very sharp, very fast. But people that wanted to find out one or twos, and then asked her about the fight with VENITA, and that's when she got really emotional and started crying when she said that VENITA said things to her that reminded her of the past, when they tell her that she can't do anything without her dad. So the things that VENITA was saying, that she doesn't do anything, just made her remember her secondary school days, gave her, like, would I say, PTSD type of thing. So this is when the emotions started rolling. You said what? Yes. They've decided to call my phone and just affect my network. So yeah, we're back. So lastly, Big Brother, this is when Big Brother was passing her charge, that so she now sees how it feels to be in their situation. First of all, he was encouraging her that, who won the super commando task, who won the head of house games alone, just making her feel like this is not, don't feel small. That should not make you feel small or low of yourself. And then
All the days they had to beg you to wake up from your sleep. Do you now understand how they felt?
Yes, I apologize to Cross because it's not easy.
I don't know if you guys caught that. Let me replay it because I think my network was having an issue. Let me just replay it so you guys can listen to it again.
All the days they had to beg you to wake up from your sleep. Do you now understand how they felt?
Yes, I apologize to Cross because it's not easy.
So this one I told you guys earlier on that she said she had to apologize to Cross because he really did not like try during his tenure. So she said it later on that the reason she acted like that towards Cross, Nepa. They just took my other light. So she said the reason she acted like that towards Cross is because yay. So the reason she acted like that towards Cross is because she wasn't happy with him then. So that's why she acted the way she acted in during his own head of house tenure. So people are just telling her. So now you understand how it feels. And she said she's going to apologize to the others. And she was saying sorry to those that have left the house. She's like, she's sorry for, however she acted during their head of house reign, But then, yeah, that's basically